Well, this is fun. I asked for feedback, and boy, Wayne Frost, he really came on, quoting codes from building codes and all kinds of stuff. It was great. Uh, I, uh, I had to think it a little bit funny, really, though, because for one thing, I don't pay any attention to codes. I think about what's safe, not what some code says, and the expenses involved in meeting those codes. It kind of shows why it's just ridiculous. Let me see if I can adjust that camera just a little bit. Uh, maybe I made maybe I made it worse. Well, some things structurally that I wanted to point out is this should not be 10, that should be 12. I'm using yellow chalk here. Let me count the pallets. There's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, I didn't show the pallets on the end, which would be standing up 40 by 48. I'd have to cut that one. Of all those 12 pallets, I'd only have to cut one, because this would not be on both ends. It would only be on one end. This end would act as the end of the next one. I'll have to explain that later. This drawing is all wrong. I mean, this should be 40 and this should be 40. But over everything, there, 1, 2, and here, 1, 2, I can have pallets above, which gives 4 inches for insulation. Each one of these pallets, more like 3.5 inches of insulation. Another thing, I didn't show that there would be some kind of a post going up through at the back, not at the front. Well, here it could be, but here there's got to be space for someone to sleep, and here for someone to get in there and sleep. But I think this would have to have braces, just like here and here, to support that for that bed. So that was something different. Another thing down here, this rafter that goes on, I would make it double, sandwich it between two that would go on for reasons might be hard to explain. All right, I'm going to do another shot and see if I can show you more. But thank you, Wayne, and anybody else that's giving me input on this. Bye for the moment. Okay, this was to figure something out. How far should they be away from the center of the fire, or the center of the gur? And what I experimented with, this is 8 foot and 8 foot. This is 3.5 feet. That would be 40 inches. That would be if pallets were stacked vertically instead of horizontally, as they would be here and here. Oh, and I can explain too that why that's only necessary on one side is because the space of any given bedshed would be this. That would belong to the bedshed, and there wouldn't have to be any wall in there. This is the area that someone could walk through and actually have a tiny bit of private space if they wanted it. But that would result in a circle here, octagon, of 22 feet, which is too far. That's too far away from the fire. So what I'll do is I'll draw this again, but instead of 3.5, I'll go to 4 foot, and see what that looks like. I may have to even go further, but an advantage in doing that, of course, when I do that now, it's going to bring this center closer. But I may have to do it a whole bunch more. Not sure. But an advantage is that this space, to be able to go through there, to get into that area. Remember, these are two bunk. This is a bunk bed. This is insulated area above the space in front of the bunk bed. Same thing here. And this is the wedge in between them. Well, it would be bigger and it would be easier to get through there to use that space. It's something to be said for making that space bigger. So I'll draw another one and see what that looks like. All right, bye for now.